superstar with a streak of social activism, words could never be enough to describe this exceptional actor. Aamir Khan, who is currently shooting for Dhoom 3 in Chicago, took some time out to discuss his work for Satyamev Jayate and films with BollywoodHungama Broadband content head Faridoon Shahryar.
So enjoying the entire excitement that Satyamev Jayate has developed. You had one more episode that came on TV, and I think the response has been fabulous to that as well.
Yeah, Faridoon, we felt that, throughout this journey, there was so much that, I didn't want the show to be just my voice and what we are saying, but we wanted to hear what people are saying. From our side, we had made so many efforts to collect the voices of people. Persistent is a company we had hired for this purpose to grab everything on the net. And then, of course, we had people writing in letters. So all of this, we felt is very important to share with people. And every week I've asked the question to people. Every week people have answered what their opinion on that topic is. We have requested people to support certain organizations which are doing good work, which we have selected. So that money has been collected. How much has been collected? Which organization has it gone to? So in this short while, whatever has happened, we wanted to share it with people because we felt it's very important for them to know what's happening.
What is the total amount that has been collected so far? Because I believe for every episode you've got from 27 lakhs to around 2 crores.
Because the collection period is going on until 31st of August. But so far the minimum that any organization has got is 27 or 28 lakhs. And 2 crore something is what one organization has got. So that's the highest amount. So between 27 and 2 crore. And I'm hoping that this will, till 31st August we'll be able to collect some more. I think the total is somewhere around 9 crores, 10 crores, somewhere there. I'm not sure exactly.
When you had started off and we had done an interview with you, and even after that when I had met you, one thing that you had said I think quite a few times, that apart from the impact that you want to create with this show, most importantly what you want to do is that people should bring a change within themselves. And that is something which I think has come forth in many ways, the way people have come forward and the way people have at least started talking about many of these things, because many of these issues were there. People knew about dowry and child sexual abuse and female infanticide as well, but just get the details about it and the impact of it and even the alcoholism is something which is unprecedented. So the change within people, how do you react to that? What sort of inputs have you got from people in general?
Well, actually, my team and I are very thrilled with the kind of emotional connect that people have had with the show. And exactly what we wanted is that, because we have always believed that with information and knowledge, we can empower people. And information and knowledge empowers me. And based on that, then I can change my steps if I feel that I need to. So first, the impact of that knowledge and information has happened on me. Because I have been so unaware in my own life about so many things. And then through me, I'm via media, I'm hoping that it also reaches more and more people, and it has. So I'm very thrilled about that this show has really connected with people, and it has, made all of us aware, it's made all of us more introspective. And I truly believe that this will bring about, a strong change as we go along.
What has happened is that you've been working on this show for the last 3 years, and apparently you had a very small core team of 3 people, Nancy Fernandez, Swati Chakravarti and Satyajit Bhatkal. And apparently you guys were just meeting every day, and even during the entire night, many a times you guys were just brainstorming and just thinking about it. I think you've spent around 3 months on every episode in terms of researching and just doing the groundwork, and apparently you've had around 1600 hours of footage.
Yeah.
The question that a lot of people are asking is that Aamir Khan कोई आसान काम क्यों नहीं कर सकते? जो भी ऐसे ही काम वो क्यों पसंद करते हैं जिसके अंदर बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुश्किलें होती हैं, and it's not easy to do it in the first place.
I think every work that you do can be easy or difficult. It's up to you. And it's not a question of easy and difficult also. It's a question of how deep you want to go into anything. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm a passionate person and I like to give everything that I have to whatever I'm doing. It could be playing a game of chess, it could be eating a meal, it could be talking to my friends. When I'm talking to you, my entire attention should be on you and not on anything else. So I like to give myself fully to everything that I do. And so therefore, even in something like this, which is in fact very all-consuming and all-demanding, it's more than likely that I would be totally immersed in this, and it was. And it's been a very rewarding and enriching experience for me. I think I've learned so much. I've met such amazing people. I would have never met all these people from different parts of the country. So it's been a big learning experience for me.
you had 13 episodes and almost I must say every episode has been spoken about. You've had different issues and there has been huge impact as well. But personally, as someone who's been associated with this, and if you have to look at it objectively, which particular issue that you think has really brought about a change within yourself, or you felt that has had the maximum impact?
Well, Faridoon, all the topics are important to all of us, and it will be very difficult for me to pick out any one, but I would like to say three things over here. One is that in terms of the episodes, the last episode was probably the most important for me, because it reminds us that our forefathers who fought for our independence, what was their dream of India? What were they dreaming? And what hopes did they have when they were fighting for an independent India? When they were fighting against the British and they were sacrificing so much, what was reaching in their hearts? And whether it was our leaders, our national leaders, or whether it was a common man on the road, that generation of Indians has sacrificed a lot to give us our independence. And the dream that they had, they wrote down in the form of the preamble to the Constitution, जो हमारे संविधान का पहला पन्ना है. So that first page tells you what their dream was. They dreamt of an India where there would be justice. They dreamt of an India where there would be equality. No one is superior or inferior, we're all equal. They dreamt of an India where there would be freedom and liberty. They dreamt of an India where there would be fraternity and brotherhood. So these were the four important pillars of their dream. And that last episode reminds us of that dream. And it reminds us, and it makes me want to promise to myself that I will try and do everything in my power to fulfill that dream that they dreamt when they fought for our independence. The independent country we are living in today is because of them. This was their dream. Can we move towards achieving it in a very holistic way, in a wholehearted way? So I should make every attempt from my side as an Indian to fulfill that. And that is what the last episode tells us. So I find that very inspiring. So for me, that is the most important episode. Because if we do that, then the other topics also get covered in that. The other two things I'm going to tell you, Faridoon, over here is that in the entire 2-3 years of work that we have put in, the two main things that have come up, two big learnings, if I can say, for me, has been that one of the biggest stumbling blocks for us as a society has been this patriarchal thinking. Patriarchal thinking means a society which believes that men are superior to women, and therefore they have more rights, they should have more rights, they should have etc. 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 So that kind of thinking, according to me, is very harmful to the healthy growth of a society and for a better and happier society. So that patriarchal thinking which says that men are superior needs to be addressed. We need to realize that men and women are both equal. Our constitution tells us that, but we often forget it. In our hearts somewhere, as Indians, we living with this patriarchal kind of thinking. This patriarchal thinking is there in men and in women both. And this is the thinking that really disturbs our country on a lot of levels. And I'll tell you how. Very simple thought I'll tell you is that the center of any family is the mother. The mother is a woman. When that woman is born and she's a girl, we have to realize that we have to make her strong. So you have to feed your daughter properly. You have to educate your daughter properly. In terms of health issues, you have to look after the health of your daughter properly. In India, unfortunately, first of all, people indulge in female feticide. Then after that, if they don't kill the fetus, often girl childs are left in dustbins and all that. Then if the girl is not left in the dustbin, she's not fed properly. She's not given equal as her brother is given. So your son is well fed, your son is well educated, he's sent to the best schools, but not your daughter. Now, this is an inequality which we need to remove, because when you educate your daughter properly, and you make her strong physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way, when she grows up and she becomes a mother, that family becomes strong. The mother of a family is strong, the family is strong. And because the mother is the center of every family. And when the mother of the family is strong, the family is strong, the family is strong, the nation is strong. My mother has spent more time with me. She has done my upbringing. So what we have to realize is that as Indians, we have to treat a girl child with the same love and respect and offer her everything the same as we offer to the boys. And that is a very big requirement of our society right now. So that was one learning. The other big learning that I had is that wherever we found people living as a community, we found happiness over there. We found that people were prosperous over there. Even financially, economically, in every way. Wherever people were working as a community, as one. So whether it's villages, whether it's mohallas, wherever we found that people are thinking, कि यार ये तो मेरे लिए अच्छा है, मैं कर लेता हूँ, बाकी let it be whatever happens. There's a breakdown of society and there's a downfall. If you go to a village where you see people are working collectively, there you find that the village is prospering. So because they are able to deal with things in a good way. So where people are not caste conscious or religion conscious or other things conscious, and they work as a community, there we have found that people are successful. So this is a big learning for us, where you have to always think that what is good for everyone is also good for me. If that kind of thinking we can ingrain in ourselves, then it will go a long way in bettering our society. मैं देश के भले की बात कर रहा हूँ, सोसाइटी के भले की बात करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ at least. That's my attempt. So when we take an issue, we try and understand the root cause of it. Ultimately, we're all human beings and we sometimes make mistakes.
Now, Aamir, you have taken up many contentious issues. You have maybe in a way upset a lot of people as well. You've spoken about Satyendra Dubey, you've spoken about Rizwan, which has earned you a lot of respect as well, that finally someone has actually spoken about these guys. But at the same time, whatever battle you've had with the entire medical fraternity, not the entire medical fraternity, people who are doing malpractices, and at the same time, many pesticides, the entire lobby of pesticides and the pharmaceutical companies, the lobby of pharmaceutical companies. The Khap panchayats have had issues with a certain thing that you've been saying as far as honor killing and all these things is concerned. At any point of time, don't you feel any sort of fear by any chance? Because you're actually coming out into the open and these are very, very touchy topics as far as India is concerned.
Well, the fact of the matter is, Faridoon, that when we're talking about issues and we're talking about problems that the country is facing, and when we're talking about such big issues which our society is facing, where 99% of the people are getting badly affected by something, certainly there will be 1% of people who are also benefiting from that problem. That is why that problem is existing. Many times the people who are benefiting from the problem are in many ways part of the problem. So while we were doing this show, we were well aware that every topic that we take up, there will be people who are part of the problem and not part of the solution, or don't want to be part of the solution. We were aware of that right from the very beginning. But that did not deter us from doing what we did, because we also believe, and this is what I strongly believe, that I really believe that every Indian wants to contribute to our country, wants to contribute to the betterment of our country. Every Indian loves his country, or her country. And initially, a person may get upset with me or my team. यार ये हमारे बारे में ऐसे क्यों? यार ये हमारी नुकसान की बात क्यों कर? But मैं किसी के नुकसान की बात नहीं कर रहा. मैं देश के भले की बात कर रहा हूँ. Society के भले की बात करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ at least. That's my attempt. So I think that initially the person may get disturbed, but in the long run the person will realize that what he's trying to say is for everyone's benefit. Because we are not pointing fingers at anyone. The fact of the matter is that whatever situation we are in, we are all collectively responsible for it. I cannot say just one section of society is responsible for something. That is not correct and that is not true also. So when we take an issue, we try and understand the root cause of it. Ultimately, we're all human beings and we sometimes make mistakes. I also made mistakes in my life. But the key is to try and learn from it and to try and be honest with yourself to see if I can live a life with dignity, with love and with respect. So our show in any case does not point fingers at any particular person or group, because that is not our purpose. Our purpose is not to exclude anyone or to attack anyone. Our purpose is to include everyone in the solution, and everyone has to be a part of the solution. For example, when you say pharmaceutical companies, now pharmaceutical companies are doing a great job also. They're making our medicines. And I think that pharmaceutical companies can earn a lot of money even by providing generic medicines, because there are people who would prefer to have branded medicines. The people who are well off financially will continue to buy branded medicines. But those people who cannot afford branded medicines, for them, generic medicines will be available. So in my opinion, the business will grow, it will not become less. What do you do?
Now, Aamir, what is being said is that what you've started off has been phenomenal. You've had around 1 billion impressions on internet, which is, I think, no show has ever had that before. Even in terms of reach within India, you've had around many channels that the show was going on, many languages. You also wrote extensively in lots of newspapers as well as regional newspapers. Maybe usme aapke translations bhi aapke gaye the. You spoke on All India Radio as well. You've started a wonderful thing. It's been a 3.5 months thing. Aapne kaha that ant nahi shuruaat hai and dil pe lagegi tabhi baat banegi. You've started a fantastic thing and it's like 4 months. But still, the skeptics will say that abhi aapka show aapka khatam ho gaya. Now what? Isko aap sustain kaise karen? You are having season 2 of Satyamev Jayate, which is coming up.
First of all, I don't want to react to skeptics and critics because they're not really looking for my reply also. So, but I will tell you, Faridoon, what our plans are. That every 6 months, Like today on 15th August, we did a special episode of Satyamev Jayate. It took us through the journey. Similarly, on 26th of January, 26 January को हम एक और show करेंगे, which is 6 months from now. So 6 months from now, we will again see that these 13 topics which we took up, where have we reached now after 6 months? The next August, on 15th August, again after 6 months, we will check where have we reached. So every 6 months, we will have a special show just to see where these original 13 topics which we started out with, what has the progress that has been made in these 13 topics. That is number one. Number two, in this 1 year, in any case, our research of Season 2 has begun. So our Season 2 research is going on, and it will take us a year to do the research. Thereafter, we start shooting for Season 2, and that will be on air in a year or year and a half from now. So in a year and a half from now, you'll have Season 2 on air. But in the interim period, every 6 months, we will be doing a special episode just to keep tabs on where we have reached.
I've read somewhere that you guys have also maybe taken some sort of office or something for Satyamev Jayate, some building or something. I read somewhere. Is there any truth in that?
No, we don't need to. I mean, the Aamir Khan Productions office is there. We work out of an office. All the time we are working out of our homes.
Will the website continue? Will you continue just keeping a
Yes, definitely the website will continue. The website will be one very important platform which will take this forward.
I've just read this autobiography of Kuldeep Nayyar Sahib. He's a very well-renowned journalist, and he's seen the evolution of the country since the partition, and he's seen everything. Now, what he said was that he had a certain opportunity at some point of time that he was offered that maybe he should contest elections and maybe be part of the system. But he said that I'm better off not being a part of the system. But he has written in his autobiography that maybe it was a mistake that he made, because if he would have been part of the system, maybe the kind of impact that he wanted to bring in the society, maybe he could have done it. He has done human rights work apart from that as well. In that context, you've said repeatedly that you won't be part of the political system, but do you at times think that maybe you would want to be part of the political system? Because I read a column as well, and it was said that Aamir Khan perfectionist है, and if he becomes the prime minister of the country, he'll be the perfect prime minister of the country as well. कि आप जो काम करते हैं बहुत दिल लगा करते हैं.
Faridoon, the fact is that I won't be entering politics because I don't feel that that is my area of expertise. I don't feel that I'll be able to contribute enough to my society, to my country, in a field that I don't know anything about. I feel that where I am today, I'm able to in fact contribute much more. So Kuldeep may have felt differently and may today feel differently about what his actions and actions were, and certainly he knows best about that. But as far as I'm concerned, I feel I have a lot to contribute as an artist, and as a creative person I have a lot to contribute. I'm saying a lot to contribute not only in my films, but I'm saying even socially or even towards my country or towards society, I can contribute much more through what my capabilities are, what my abilities are, what my core strengths are. These are my core strengths, communication, telling people stories, touching your emotions, making you laugh or cry, making you think about certain things. These are my core strengths. And this is what I also enjoy doing. This is what I know how to do. I don't know how to do anything else. So I don't know anything about politics.
What is being said is that जैसे आप जो भी काम करते हैं, you literally get into the skin of it. आपको perfectionist कहा जाता है. Even in the role of a journalist, as far as Satyamev Jayate is concerned, people have applauded in the most political journalists. They have acknowledged the way you have gone about and just treating the stories. The stories are not treated in a glamorous manner. बहुत ही ऐसे भी subjects आपने choose किए which are not glamorous at all in fact. And the way you just grilled Dr. K.K. Talwar, I believe, in the Doctors episodes was something which is phenomenal in fact. So in that context, आप जिस भी काम में आप जाते हैं, आप उसको you really get into it. Maybe you never know in terms of in some role, maybe as far as social awareness is concerned. Can we see Aamir Khan?
Well, I'm already doing that through Satyamev Jayate and even through my films. That I'm already doing that. I don't need to get into politics for that. I don't think it's for me, So I can understand that people may be thinking that that's my plan. A lot of times we try to find reasons. Why is this person doing this? It doesn't occur to us that the reason I'm doing Satyamev Jayate, some people may be feeling, अरे इसके कुछ political plans होंगे, इसीलिए वो आज ये show कर रहा है, कल जाके election लड़ेगा. So people are more bothered about why I'm doing something, as opposed to what I'm doing. Why I'm doing it is I'm very clear why I'm doing it, because it makes me happy. Why am I doing Satyamev Jayate? Because it gives me peace of mind. It makes me happy. That's why I'm doing Satyamev Jayate. I feel it's a very enriching experience, and you cannot value this in money, Faridoon. The experience that I've had over these 2 years is invaluable. The people I've met, amazing people I've met from small villages, from different parts of the country, where would I've had the opportunity? This for me is very important. I'm doing it because it makes me happy. I'm doing it because it gives me more knowledge. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it on a personal level. That's why I'm doing it. That's the only reason I'm doing it. People are not used to these situations. People will get, वो कर रहा है तो या तो उसको बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे मिल रहे हैं या तो or he's got some political ambitions, but none of this is true.
You know, a lot was said about the entire money thing that you're earning per episode, but at the same time, maybe what has not really been spoken about is that you've not been endorsing any products in the last 4 months. None of your advertisements are coming on television. I think maybe no actor would be doing something of that sort, that just stop endorsing any products when you can endorse almost any product for that matter.
Well, strictly speaking, Faridoon, in these 2 years that I have put into Satyamev Jayate, if I look at it only from a financial point of view, then I have lost a lot of money. My chartered accountant is most unhappy with me, let me tell you, because he knows how much I could have earned in these 2 years if I had done a film or if I had continued with my endorsements. I have not renewed some of them, and in some cases I have actually terminated some of them. I've requested my clients that I no longer want to continue. As a result, in these 2 years, what I could have earned is a fairly substantial amount. So financially, this is a losing proposition for me. But I'm not doing it for money. I'm not concerned. I'm earning enough. In my life, I've earned enough. I'll continue to earn enough. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it because, as I said earlier, I just feel happy doing this. I feel like doing this. I've always followed my heart, and that's what I'm continuing to do.